Hello, wait, don't scroll. God bless you wherever you're watching this video from. So there've been this whole thing making rounds about gospel artists charging money, to sing in churches and all that. And a lot of people have been trying to what's my take about it and what do I think about it? Here's my take. Let me first of all tell you something, a very brief story. Now, years back, before I became a pastor, I was once a singer and also an actor. That means I did local dramas, in some of our local churches. Now, there were times we went to those churches to minister through drama or music without a dime in our hands. And we needed to, be a blessing to people. Sometimes we have to trek down, sometimes we have to, use our last money just to make sure we meet up with the work of God and all that. But one thing I noticed back then was that most of the people we ministered in their churches, most of the men of God, I tell you the truth, most of them are selfish. A lot of men of God are selfish. I mean, how do you bring such art to your church? Because you needed the service to be more interesting. That was the reason you brought in the actors or the drama group or the musicians. That's why you brought them in, so that their own gift also can minister to people. And I tell you the truth, there are people who came to church that night, that afternoon, that evening, that time you were holding that service because they learned that a drama group is coming, a particular popular drama group is coming. They learned that a particular singer is coming. They would have been in church that day if not because that singer came or that artist came or that actor came. Yes, they came because of that person. Believe it or leave it. That is a kind of a means to pull in the crowd. That was the kind of means to pull in the crowd. So if you were able to use the gift of these people to pull in the crowd, why not use your own mind? When this person is leaving and say, take this one and buy water. At least you left family at home. You left a lot of things behind just to be in our meeting. Take this one and buy something for yourself. Back then, I noticed a lot of men of God, when they are done using you or you're done ministering or doing whatever it is you were there to do, they will tell you, God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. But the guest preacher they brought in, they will definitely, give an envelope for honorarium and say, thank you. And sometimes, if you as the host don't give the guest preacher money, sometimes it leads to fight in the church. Sometimes it leads to quarrel, enmity, because it's a standard. It has to be met with. But for an artist, a singer, they feel like, what's this one? Let me tell you the truth. For you that brought in Meseshiwe or Meseshinwo, sorry if I'm pronouncing the name wrongly, you're bringing her because you believe that our ministry will be a blessing to people. And also, people will come to that program because of her. And I tell you, if you say, the man of God that came, he was the one that God used to gather funds for the church or whatever. Some people that came for that program would have been there if Meseshinwo was not around. That program would have been the talk of the town if Meseshinwo was not around. If that guest artist was not around. Yes, sometimes it happens like that. Sometimes they come because of the preacher, the guest preacher, because he's a great man of God. Yes, they came for the meeting because of him. But in some cases also, there are people who come because they are fans of Meseshinwo. And when they come in like that, and whatever it is, God used the man of God to do and financial blessings and all that, I tell you the truth, it is not a crime if you say, woman of God, take this one. Man of God, take this one. Listen to me. The reason why most singers now started charging money for their outing, for their administration and all that, was because when they were doing it, wholeheartedly, when they were doing it without charging a dime, some of the ministers, the pastors, refused to use their own mind to say, thank you for coming, take this one. They failed to appreciate them. So they decided to price tag their gifting. And that's the reason we keep losing, people who are supposed to be ministers in the house of God to the world. They'll become secular singers because the secular world does not play with their own. Yes, but we as Christians, we play with our own, we disvalue our own. Why would they charge you? They will charge you because you invited them. You invited them because you needed them. And if you needed them, then you should be able to cater for their needs, cater for whatever it is they want. I, for one, I don't regularly invite singers. I do that once in a while. And if I want to do it, I should be able to be able to give them something and say, thank you for coming. I've not been able to give a minister 1 million, a singer 1 million for a program, but at least I've been able to say, thank you. This for your water, this for your transport. Thank you. If we have been doing these things regularly as a norm, most of these ministers will not develop the habit of charging you for a program. Because right now they know if they don't charge you, they will come, they will leave, you will tell them thank you, and they will go without you giving them a dime. That's wickedness. Most especially in a situation where at the end of the day, people gave for the program. You realize the money for the program. The day you invited a guest, that's the day you know you have a project. This thing I'm saying now, even some guest preachers are suffering from it. Once you invite somebody, call your church, and then you know say you get projects, and then you know say you get what you want to do, and then you know say you get this, you get that. At the end of the day, you saw the relationship, you spoil the whole thing, and tomorrow when they start charging you, when they start telling you to pay so amount before they move from their houses, you say they are bad people. Why would they? Listen, if you can't afford or if you can't take care of an artist that is outside your church, a guest minister that is coming from outside your church, then I beg you to use your local singers. There are good singers in your church. But because you fail to value them, you fail to invest on them, you're looking for outside, premium singers. Singers who are of standard. And now they are charging you now, you divest. Why you divest? I beg you, whoever charges money as a minister to minister for you did not do wrong. Sorry to say, they did not do wrong. Some of them are stingy, are wicked. That same person you are saying is charging you. There is another pastor, she or he is not charging. I bet you, GUC will not charge their local church, which is the church he attends. Mercy Chinwo will not charge her local church, the church she attends. Yes, but you are bringing her from her church to your church, and you are expecting her to just come like that. Some of you, even down to where the guest preacher, the guest minister will sleep, you will not take care of it. You will not make sure they sleep in a good place. Just imagine somebody sleeping in a good house in his or her own home. You bring them to your own church, and next thing now, you are messing with them. You do not make... Listen, when you never grow reach somewhere, calm down. What is the essence of inviting Mercy Chinwo when you know that you've not got to that standard? Some of them won't do what big person herself. You won't do... I ran a church for 3, 4, 5 years without inviting a guest preacher. One, I didn't invite. Because I was not having what it takes, or what it takes to... I was not having what it takes to invite one. So there was no need of bringing somebody and, messing around with them. If I'm bringing you in, then I'm bringing you in to take care of you so that you can have all the energy, the power, what it takes, to minister to my people. Note, that invitation you invited them, it was not God that told them to come to your church. It's a different case when God tells a man, go to this place. Go to that place. It's a different case. They will not charge you a dime. This one, you are the one telling them to come. It was not God that told them. It was not a mandate from God. It was not part of their plan. You are the one that told them to come. So telling them to come, it means you also need to take care of them. Even Jesus, when he was sending out the apostles, he told them, take nothing with you. He said, if you get to a place and they refuse to entertain you, they refuse to accept you, dust your feet and leave with your testimony. My dear, in this gospel, anyone that works in the house of God deserves his wages. A laborer deserves his wages. They deserve whatever it is they get. They deserve it. But I will say this to gospel ministers. Don't prioritize charging for your meetings. Don't prioritize. Don't make it a norm. The reason is because it is the work of God. Yes, it is the work of God, and the gift of God has been given to us freely, and freely we also give. But appreciation is very important. Pastors, you are inviting a guest minister, be ready. If your level never reach Nathaniel Bassey, don't bring him. Don't bring him and put him where mosquito will kill him, or in the name of he will manage with us. Life na standard though. When Mercy Chinwo has not grown to this standard, there were times she slept in mosquito. There were times she had to, bear some of those things and water down her whatever it was, she actually wanted. There were times she bared with men of God. There were times she had to go for free. There were times she had to pay her own transport. She got there, and at the end of the day, they messed her up. There were times, they used her and they dumped her. There were times. Now when God don't lift her, she don't get name now. You won't use her name, but you don't want contribute to her ministry. You give her 1 million, you get the money. You give her 1 million, you divest. Why you divest? They pay you. You give her 20 million, you divest. They pay you. Listen. Just imagine you are running a church of 15 persons, 20 persons, and you want to bring in Mercy Chinwo. Why? My brother, why? You want to bring, why? God not tell you. God did not tell you to bring Mercy Chinwo. Why? You just want to give her a bad name. Why? You don't have the capacity. Leave it. If you call him or you call her and they say, this is my standard, and they say you can't do it, use your local preachers, your local choristers. Use them for your programs. If you don't get bad agenda, use them for your programs. Use your local choristers. Not be sing, they won't sing. Not be the same song, they won't sing. Now the same message was sung, they will still sing for that day. Jesus, you love me too much. That day they will sing it. And if God wants to move, he will still move. What's the essence of stretching your hand to where it has not gotten to? Some of them get bad character. Change and stop giving these people bad name. Change. If the world can take care of their own, the church should take care of his or her own. The church should take care of her own. Everyone who has preached for me in my ministry, everyone who has preached for me, everyone who has ministered in our altar, on our altar, before we turn into an online ministry, they know I don't invite you if I don't have money. I don't invite you if I'm not ready. I only did that a few times, very few times. And every one of them that came around those few times so we were not having anything, I made them to understand. I made them to understand even before they came. Not that you invite somebody, not come finish, and that's how you can't explain. No, make them understand. So that if they will come, they will come. If they don't want to come, they will leave. Stop bringing people and taking them by surprise. When was the last time you appreciated your choristers? When was the last time you for finish service, you can't give them money, say, make una take refresh on yourself? When was the last time you cooked and just gave them and say, you people did well today, take this one, make una just chop, make una day. You can't appreciate your own, but you are hunting for people's own that you will use for free. If I knock your head there, nonsense. God bless you. This topic is not even worth discussing. Please, I beg you, as a minister, please, I beg you as a minister, don't make it a priority to charge or bill people for your programs, but just give them, tell them this is how you want it. This is how you want it. If they can meet up to it, they should. If they can't meet up to it, let them go and use their local choristers. They should go and use them. Group your choristers in your church. Make them become better singers. So that by the time they sing, they will sound like Mercy Chinwo or even better. They find food they don't cook. Una get singers on a church, and they take care of them. You don't take care of them. You don't even work on them. You can't even pay somebody to come and teach them or groom them. You want to go and invite already made, so that you will do what? Maybe for say I bring her come, I bring Mercy Chinwo come. You want to take the prize, but you don't want to pay the price. Where you get that on my phone?